So ngayon, dadako na tayo sa 1987 Constitution after martial law. Matapos ang panahon ng martial law at pagbagsak ng diktadorya ni Ferdinand Marcos, hinarap ng administrasyon ni Pangulong Corazon Aquino ang malaking hamon kung anong saligang batas ang gagamitin ng bansa. May tatlong opsyong pinagpilian: ibalik ang 1935 Constitution, panatilihin ang 1973 Constitution, ngunit baguhin o lumikha ng isang bagong konstitusyon na tuluyang hihiwalay sa bakas ng mapanupil na pamahalaan. Pinili ni Aquino ang paggawa ng panibagong konstitusyon upang maging tunay na salamin ng mithiin, pangarap at halaga ng mga Pilipino. Noong Marso 1986, naglabas si Aquino ng pansamantalang konstitusyon habang naghahanda ng isang permanenteng saligang batas. Bumuo siya ng isang Constitutional Commission na binubuo ng 48 kasaping hinirang niya. Sila ang nagsulat ng bagong saligang batas na kilala ngayon bilang 1987 Constitution. Bagamat may ilang probisyong hiniram mula sa mga lumang konstitusyon, naglagay sila ng mas mahigpit na limitasyon sa kapangyarihan ng Pangulo bilang tugon sa pang-aabuso noong martial law. Ang 1987 Constitution ay formal na pinagtibay noong Pebrero 2, 1987. Nagsisimula ito sa isang preamble at binubuo ng 18 artikulo. Idiniklara nito na ang Pilipinas ay isang democratic and republican state kung saan ang kapangyarihan ay nagmumula at nananatili sa mamamayan. Itinakda rin ng konstitusyon ang paghahati ng kapangyarihan ng pamahalaan sa tatlong sangay: ehekutibo, lehislatura at hudikatura. Pinamumunuan ng Pangulo ang sangay ehekutibo, ngunit may mga mekanismo upang matiyak na hindi niya maabuso ang kapangyarihan, lalo na sa panahon ng krisis. Maaari siyang magdeklara ng martial law, ngunit hanggang 60 araw lamang, at maaaring baliwalain ito ng Kongreso o suriin ng Korte Suprema. Ang lehislatura naman ay binubuo ng Kongreso na may dalawang kapulungan, ang Senado at House of Representatives. Ang Senado ay may 24 na senador na inihahalal ng pambansa at maaaring magsilbi ng hanggang 2 sunod na 6 na taon. Ang House of Representatives ay binubuo ng mga kinatawan mula sa mga distrito sa buong bansa na may 3 taong termino. Sa kabuuan, ang 1987 Constitution ang nagsilbing pundasyon ng demokrasya. Pagkatapos ng diktadorya, binalik nito ang mga institusyong winasak noong martial law at naglagay ng malinaw na mga limitasyon upang maprotektahan ang karapatan at kapangyarihan ng taong bayan.
The text explains the different powers and institutions created by the Philippine Constitution. First is the power of Congress. Congress can make laws and declare war with a 2/3 vote of both houses. The President can veto or reject a bill, but Congress can override this with a 2/3 vote. The second is the Philippine Judiciary or court system. The judiciary holds the power to interpret laws. The Supreme Court has 15 justices chosen by the President from nominees given by the Judicial and Bar Council. The Supreme Court handles the cases involving constitutionality of laws, serious crimes, and government or international officials. It also supervises all lower courts. So the third is the Constitutional Commissions. There are 3 independent bodies. First is the Civil Service Commission or CSC, handles government workers. And the second is the Commission on Elections or COMELEC, manage all elections laws. And the third is the Commission on Audit or COA, checks government funds and spending. The fourth is the Office of the Ombudsman. It investigates corruption and misconduct by public officials, and also can file cases before Sandigan ng Bayan, a special anti-graft court. So, how the constitutional oh my gosh. So, how the constitution can be changed? The Article 17 of the 1987 Constitution allows three methods. First is Constituent Assembly or CONAS. Congress or Senate plus House propose amendments. The Constitution does not state if they vote jointly or separately. Second is the Constitutional Convention or CONCON. Congress votes 2/3 to call convention. Delegates, not Congress, will draft proposed changes. The third is People's Initiative or PI. The people propose amendments through a petition signed by 12% of all registered voters and 12% of voters in each legislative district. Can only happen once every 5 years. All amendments must be approved in a national referendum, and in the impeachment, only the House of Representatives can initiate the impeachment. The Senate will conduct the trial, and this system helps prevent abuse of power. So that's all. So thank you for listening.